Hi, everybody. It's Gene Simmons, and you're not, and you're listening to the Potter Than Hell podcast with Steve, BC, BB, and Dylan. But you knew that, didn't you?
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Potter Than Hell podcast. This is your last stop on the crazy train of hard rock and heavy metal. So sit back, buckle in, and hang on. Here we go.
Hello, Potter Than Hellions. Welcome back to the Potter Than Hell podcast. This is Steve, your host, and I am joined by
BC.
And our lighting director tonight is
BB.
Got a flashlight. He's flashing around the room here. All right. Thank you for the
to
the accent.
Back and sides of the plane.
That's right. And on keyboards tonight,
Dylan.
And partial host, I will say.
Yeah, game master.
Something like that. Okay.
The Alex Trebek of...
Yeah. The bearded Alex Trebek, the mountain man version of Alex Trebek, or the Forrest Gump version.
Did Alex Trebek only ever had a mustache? He never had the full beard, right?
No, I don't think so.
He only had the mustache. I can't do just a mustache. That's not good.
No, I don't know. You look like one of the dudes from Boogie Nights on there. With that.
Got the flared pants.
Better known as what, BC? The porn stash. Come on. Oh. Okay. Welcome back, everybody. It's we're a little loopy here. I just got out of work, so we're kind of just we're cozy tonight. We're recording in the living room for our episode, so we could use the TV. And Dylan had a little technical difficulty hooking up to my TV in the studio, so we're out here. This is like a pandemic recording. I think the pandemic was the last time we recorded out here.
That is true.
I think so. Yeah.
So we're back in the pandemic studio. So what's up, kids? What's up, BB?
Nothing. Had a great little Thanksgiving weekend, and the boys were home from college. Went to New York City on Saturday. It was a good little jaunt. Trying to get some music down for the end of the year, but everything's good in the BB land.
All right. How about you, Dylan?
Yeah, not too bad. Just got off of the birthday week. So coming down from the high of that, got to see the Knives Out sequel in theaters a month before it premieres on Netflix, so that was a lot of fun. We got free pins. Love when the theater gives off like a little commemorative pin.
What was it? I was there pin?
No, it was like each pin, it was like everybody got a different pin of
like
a different character.
Oh, a character. Oh, that's cool. Which one did you get?
I ended up getting Daniel Craig himself, Benoit Blanc.
So you got a James Bond one.
I did get a James Bond one.
All right, cool.
He seems like he has so much more fun in these movies than he does in James Bond. I just want to say that.
Well, I was gonna, because even in the commercial, the one part, like the last scene that they show in the commercial, like it looks like he's like, or like freaking out or something.
He gets to do like a real deep, like Southern, like Colonel Sanders accent.
Oh, jeez, I gotta hear that.
He's having a great time.
That's cool. How about you, Chapman? What do you got going?
Not too bad. Trying to check out some new releases. I was checking out and babysitting.
All right, cool. I saw the new picture of the baby in the truck. Very cute. Awesome.
Gotcha.
And and speaking of new music, I still cannot get through that fucking Megadeth album. I now it's a time constraint because like every time I go to listen to it, like something happens where I have to stop listening to it because I had every intention of listening to it all the way through today, but I didn't get a chance to.
What's it called? The Sick, the Dying, and the Dead?
The Sick, the Dying, and the Steve can't get a chance to listen to it. but I was in the mood today too because I put it on. I got like through the first song. I'm like, okay, because it seemed like the other times I really wasn't in the mood to check it out. But like it was, once I got into like the second song, I'm like, it was good, and then I got like to the fourth song, and then I had to stop listening. So I'm getting there.
You had to stop listening because you had to do something.
Right. Not because I'm like, oh, I can't get into it. Because I was actually in the mood for it, too. I was like, what the fuck? Yeah.
Terrible.
We had a nice Thanksgiving. We went up my sister's for Thanksgiving, and we had my nephew's birthday party on Saturday. So that's why we were supposed to go to New York with BB, but we had the birthday party to go to, so we didn't make that. But next year, BB.
You got it.
Next year.
Julie will probably do something, too, I bet you.
Oh, that'd be cool. We'll get the whole gang. Absolutely. Last week... I did the album duo with Steven. We did the first two Judas Priest albums, so I don't know if you guys knew what we were doing or not. I don't know. It was great having Steven on. Steven, thanks for coming on again. He was your gracious host last week. We had a good time. Some of that shit on the first two Priest albums it's a Pony thing, brutal. Like some of the stuff is like, but you can. It's like all the other bands we've been doing. There's the seeds of what's to come from these bands. You know, they're sprinkled in there. BC doing a little sprinkle there. Good job. But really cool. And Steven, thank you for hosting once again. And I finally got to listen to the episode that you guys did when I was part 1 when I was on the Kiss cruise. And I was not surprised that to learn that BC had it fucked up.
I was all prepared to, yeah. And they said the name. I'm like,
Oops.
But you did good though. You rebounded pretty good. You
Yeah, it's not
rebounded
like he's
good.
never
So
listened to the albums before.
And I haven't listened to that first Journey album in forever. I have to bust that. I meant to listen to that before
It's good.
we recorded tonight, but I didn't get a chance to. I
It's
think BB
different.
was the one that kind of poo-pooed
Yeah.
on that one.
Yeah.
With the instrumentals.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I gotta. Hey, if you don't like that, listen to the first 2 Styx albums, and you'll really be like, "What the fuck?" You'll want to listen to the Mission. You will crave the Mission when you hear them first 2.
I love it.
But it was a good episode, you guys. I can't wait to hear part 2, which you guys will hear because we're kind of breaking things up. So last week also, myself, BC, and our buddy Granza and Mo went. Big Country. BC's son-in-law to be, which we've been calling. My son
BC.
Carson calls him Big Country, so we're calling him Little Metal because he's usually a country music guy, but we're breaking him into these metal shows. He was with us for Priest, then he was with us for Wasp. So, BB, what did you think about the Wasp show?
It was great. Let me tell you. It's very odd when you go to a show and you could say that both opener and headline were neck and neck. Like Armor State, I thought was fantastic. Wasp is, they always put on a good show. The very few times that we were able to see them, but a couple of people at work said, "Hey, who was better?" And I honestly, I can't pick. I think they were both neck and neck. It was just a really, really front to back good show for a change.
What do you think, BC?
I loved it. I mean, like BB said, there's no way you could pick who was better. There are 2 great bands in my book. I mean, I love both the bands. We're a little nervous going into the show. We got John Bush though, so you saw him on the side. You saw a little shadow on the side of the stage. We're like, yeah, John Bush. No offense, but great show. And it was. I mean, this is my
First
3rd time
conscious.
seeing them, but
First
second
time
actually
remember him?
Third. Where else did you see them?
Thanks.
Oh, that's right. I forgot about that one. That's right. I forgot about that.
Been at 3 shows, but only remember 2. But they did a great job.
I thought it was fantastic. We were like teenagers again. When we got there, it was about 20 degrees out. When we got there, we were all standing in the parking lot like idiots drinking beer. All we needed to do was burn someone's car tire, and we would have been like we were back in the old days.
Coming close.
And yeah, it is. And I thought it was fantastic. It was cool hanging with because like we parked and then Granza got there and like their buddies so there was probably 10 or 12 of us there just shooting the shit and everything before the show. Place was sold out. Place was fucking jammed. I don't think you could have got hammered if you wanted to.
No.
If you wanted to actually watch the show. There was no way, once again, that you could get to the merch booth because the line literally went the entire length of the venue. And, but like BC said, we got John Bush. John Bush was out for a couple shows. Jason McMaster filled in for him. Pinch sung for him again. And it was cool because we were at the beginning, right before Armored Saint came out. We literally got there got in the place 5 minutes before Armored Saint showed up or started. So we're kind of looking on the side, seeing if we could see if it's going to be Jason coming out or John Bush coming out because we had no idea because the last show that they played the night before, John Bush didn't sing. So we were anxiously waiting to see, and we were like, when John Bush came out, we're all like little girls hugging each other. Oh my God, it's John Bush! It's Johnny! So, but it was. I think he struggled a little bit. I think he still wasn't 100%, but he sounded fantastic. His energy was great. And the one point he came out and he was doing his hand across his throat, like this is. I thought it was like he was done. Yeah. So I don't know if Jason was there.
Because where's that one time he went off stage? He was backstage for a good 3-4 minutes.
Yeah, in between the songs, he whispered to each guy, so they must have said extend the beginning of the song. But he did good. And what I thought was cool was that, did you guys? I'm sure you noticed, but he came out and he had a dry erase board and he had 30 written on it.
Yeah.
Like for the last song, and it was for the band to do da 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 da. They did that like 30 times, and then like that was it. It was fucking perfect. So I'm sure he writes a different number down each show for those guys to do. But great set from both. Wasp was fantastic. That's the first, my third Wasp show as well. And they came out, they killed it. Friggin' Doug Blair absolutely fucking tore it up. Amazing guitar player. Because for when they did the Idol, Blackie and the bass player, they just kind of went off the stage, and he just friggin' tore it up. He just friggin' absolutely tore it up. It was cool seeing him get up on the Elvis thing, but he didn't get on that as much as I thought he was going to.
No,
he only did like the full Monty going back and forth with it
at the end.
Yeah. It was cool when he got up on top of it. I got some great pictures of that, but and I know you guys had looked at set lists for both bands before we went to see them, and I was. I don't know, not surprised, but a little disappointed that we got less songs from Wasp than they had been playing. The set was really only a little over an hour. And for a headliner, I mean, it was don't get me wrong, it was absolutely fantastic, but I thought, you're a headliner, you got to play for at least an hour and a half. That was a short show.
I thought so too, because it's your 40th anniversary.
Right, and they barely played 40 minutes.
40 years. Come on, man. You could do a little bit more than that. I'm not saying shorten the things, but I mean, they were doing pretty much the set list you saw.
Right, after the tour, like the first couple shows, they did more than like Heaven's in Black.
Did a lot more, I thought.
So I was kind of disappointed in the length of the show, but I mean, it was a really great show. Like we always rave about Penn's Peak as a great place to see a show, and for the other sold out shows we've been to there, I don't remember it being that packed though.
No, I think that was probably
we were there for the TED one,
the busiest we've ever seen it,
and it was jammed. Where you were when this, that's probably pretty much where you ended up. And this was the first time ever, for the dozens of shows we've seen at Penn's Peak, we saw a fight. Wow.
Yeah.
And I think he was fighting with a girl.
Yeah, I think so too. I mean, well, we won't say fight, but disturbance. Pushing and shoving match. Yeah, you never see anything like that.
Yeah,
ever
that was the first time ever there. But great show. Nevertheless, with the shortened set, it was still killer.
Well, and you're talking about the merch line being around the thing. At least at Penn's Peak, like when you're in line for the merch, you could still see the stage.
That's true. Yeah. That's true.
Like there's no where it's not like montage where literally you're like way off on the side.
You can hear it.
You literally
is there a
see
new
the
thing
whole
going on out there in the world that I don't know about? Because like you said, the show you guys went to, the line was.
Well, that one I can understand.
I don't
because
think
they literally have like exclusive tour merch, and like Ice Night Kills, it's all about like the exclusive merch with them. Like they do drops on the 9th of every month and stuff like that. But like with Wasp,
there's people that had to miss the whole show.
Yeah,
down Montage, not the Wasp show.
But that was the biggest line I ever saw for merch.
That was all the way down the bathroom.
It was, and you can get, because there's been. I'll tell you what, Mike Bramvold that does the Three Sides. He's the guy that books. That is like I don't know if he's like the booking guy or whatever. Their guy that gets the shows, but he's been like their Facebook campaign has been fucking amazing. There's at least 6 or 7 posts about the tour every day on Facebook. And I think it's fantastic because there's pictures of the shows. There was one today that was cool that had, they must have been loading into the place, and Elvis, and that's the microphone stand for you guys that don't know, was laying out in the grass. And it's like, oh, Elvis is getting some sun. So I like cool shit like that. So like their publicity campaign has been absolutely fantastic for this tour, and I think it's winding down. I think it's going to be. I think they got a couple more shows as we're recording, and tonight is the 29th of November, and so it was great, and I hope that this continues Wasp playing the States, because they hadn't played. Well, what did we say, since 2011, 2012? I think.
Well, Blackie kept talking about during the show like it's all about nobody believed in this band playing the States, and promoters weren't behind them. Which, in the past, Blackie had a little...
And probably half of the shows they did this year sold out.
Yeah.
I mean, so...
Yeah, so, and we were on the sold out shows, and it was fantastic. So, if you didn't catch them this time, if they do like a summer leg or something like that, make sure you go see them, because it was killer. And Dylan, you have some news too.
Yeah, we recently got a huge announcement from the Metallica camp. They not only unleashed a new album that's going to be coming out, they released they dropped a single, and they also announced a world tour to coincide with it. But they're doing something a little different, where they're doing like a no repeat weekend for certain dates, including the date that's closest to us, East Rutherford, New Jersey, where they play on Friday and Sunday, but it's a completely different set each day, completely different openers. And apparently there's going to be stuff that's happening in between, like on the Saturday, to keep people invested. But as of right now, you can only buy 2-day tickets. You can't buy the single-day tickets. Those aren't going to be available until next year. And it seems like they really want you to buy the 2 days because they won't let you sell one of them. Like if you transfer it or if you sell it, you're selling both of them. That was like included in the FAQ. And we were talking before. We're not quite sure how we feel about that. Like it feels.
You have to.
It feels kind of like, one, what the hell is there to do in East Rutherford, New Jersey? That's going to get people like if you're coming in from like Boston or up in Maine or
It's
something.
still almost a 3-hour drive for us.
Yeah, exactly. Like it's a long drive for us. Like what the hell are you going to do for 3 days? And you have to do the 2 days, and it's on a Friday and a Sunday, so you're stuck there on a Saturday.
Yeah, I don't know. In looking at it, I'm like, I should have realized that it's not 2 days in a row. But the opening bands for our shows for the first two are Pantera and
Wolfgang
Van Halen,
Yeah,
and then the
Mammoth.
second day it's
Five Finger Death Punch,
and Ice Nine Kills. So, but like, do you take the chance? I mean, because we need to talk about it if we're going to do this. But I mean, I don't know how much the tickets are going to be, number one.
Yeah.
Number two, do we want to go for 2 days? Number two, if you don't get the 2-day ticket...
3 days.
Well, I mean, yeah. I mean, it's a 3-day odyssey, but if you don't get the 2-day ticket, are you going to be able to get a single-day ticket?
Yeah, because they might
Right.
be all sold out.
You know what I
Because
mean?
they're not doing that till January 20th. It's
Right.
Because, hell, we saw Metallica once. We were up in the nosebleeds.
Yeah.
The tickets were $200 a pop. I can't even imagine how much they're going to be for, like, a 2-day show.
Yeah.
I know.
I can't even imagine that. And those were for the nosebleeds.
And you have to get a hotel.
I know. Well, I mean, we'll just have to see. I mean,
It's
we'll
a
just
cool
have to
concept.
see.
I think
it's a great
awesome concept.
And
But
I see a Taylor Swift-like thing going on here
there might be
this
a
week
debacle.
when they do this pre-sale. I can see Taylor Swift Part 2 here.
and there's not a lot of dates either. And they said that these are the only dates.
No,
they
there's
will be-
like, I think there's like 10 in 2023, and I
Yeah.
think there's like 10 in
And they
2024.
said that they're the only dates they are going to be playing in those 2 years. They are not adding any dates.
Yeah.
So I don't know how this is going to go.
I mean, but I love the imagine Kiss doing that.
I hope they put out a DVD or a live album.
They couldn't switch one song in
I was
for
gonna say,
2 shows, let alone 2
Set
totally
list.
different.
I hope they put out a live DVD.
The show would
for
be
it.
15. The show would
Or like
be
a live
25
album.
minutes. Well, they release all their shows live because you
They
can
do.
go online and get the shows. But it's and I have our show that we went to
Yes,
somewhere, but I don't know what the fuck it is unless you have it.
I don't have it.
All right, so it's somewhere within the confines of this house.
Here we go. I'll get 2 tickets. Me and BC will go the first day. I'll give you my Ticketmaster password, so then you can have your ticket. You guys can go the second day.
I am Ryan Bannon.
I wonder what, because I'm sure they'll probably do something to stop that shit too.
Oh, sure.
Yeah, because they were very specific that you will not be able to transfer a ticket. So I don't know if that workaround will work. That probably will. That's probably the one thing that will
That's the
work.
way-
Hopefully they won't hear this podcast.
I say
and
when
be
they
like,
listen
"We
to
need
this,
crack down on this."
when they listen to this
BB,
next
you had a good
Friday,
idea. We're going to have to put a fucking
there's
stop
gonna
to
be a block
that.
on there.
This guy
It
from
just seems
Pennsylvania
so-
on this podcast.
It almost seems so like gatekeepy almost, where it's kind of blocking out a really big portion of the fan base. If you're locking them in to you have to buy these 2 shows and you have to be in the area for this weekend and like I don't know how I feel about it.
I think it'd be a little bit better if it was like back-to-back days.
Yeah,
that
if it was
empty
a
day in the middle just
Friday,
really throws
Saturday.
you off.
Because
Yeah,
like
so-
travel's kind of tough sometimes for people.
Yeah.
Well, and the thing is too, I mean, it's pretty much their New York City show.
Yeah.
Because it's literally you can see Manhattan from the stadium, literally. But I don't know. It's gonna be interesting to see how that plays out. So we'll have to see what we're gonna do.
When I first saw it, I was like, ooh, I thought you could pick.
Yeah,
I thought so,
I'm
too.
like
Me too.
Pantera, baby.
I was like, I saw kills.
And honestly, they probably make more money if you could pick.
Yeah, I just it seems so weird. It just
I don't
seems so
think
weird.
Metallica's worried about making more money.
No,
You know what
no,
I mean?
no,
Off of that, you know what I mean? They know they're gonna sell and sell out or whatever.
And they've been having Ice Nine Kills as their opener for a bit. Mm-hmm. So
Yeah, so
because they know that they fucking kick ass. That's why.
it'll be interesting. All right. So before we get into Jeopardy, what do we listen to? BC, what do you got going? I know it's going to be something interesting or stupid.
I like I said earlier, I delved into the new Autograph album, the new Nickelback album, and the new Ugly Kid Joe album. 3 solid albums, but just nothing that
Blew you away.
Nothing grabbed me or blew me away. I mean, probably the worst one out of all 3, I would say, is Nickelback. I mean,
Wow, really?
They released that first song. It was rocking.
It was. I didn't get a chance to listen to it.
So I was excited to get it, and I put it, and I was like, it was like that.
Next.
You know, so I said, nah. So that was probably the biggest, not the biggest disappointment, but after hearing that first release, you're like, yeah, cool. And then, no.
Then no.
And went down, never got went down, never came back up.
How about you, Dylan?
Listen to the new Metallica single, Lux Eterna. It's really good. I think it's a really great song. I said fast, but I was saying before, it sounds almost like it could be on Garage Inc. where they're playing somebody else's song and Metallica-izing it, but because it almost feels like a different feel for them. Like you could tell it's Metallica guitars and stuff like that, but I don't know, the way that James is singing almost sounds like it could be a different band wrote the song. But
Totally love the feel of it.
I like it. I like the feel of it a lot. The production I thought was a little weird for me, but like how it was mixed, I thought it was a little like loud. But that could have just been what I was listening to it through. But I really thought it was a good single to start off the album for sure.
All right. BB, how about you?
Well, BC must have stared at my phone because there's my gem. There's my 2 albums I was listening to. So he must have looked in my phone because I also am.
I downloaded it.
Checked out the new Autograph album Beyond and Nickelback's album Get Rollin'. Like BC said, the Nickelback, San Quentin, it's probably top 3 Nickelback songs. It's so good. And there's even a song on that album, it sounds just like Photograph, but it's like the 2022 version. And it just seems to get progressively worse as
It's
the
not
album
Def Leppard's Photograph.
No, it gets deeper, and it's not. It's definitely not like the opening track. And the Autograph Beyond, I think it's definitely not what they released last year or 2 years ago with the stick it, kick your ass or something.
Up your ass, right?
Up your ass.
Get off your ass.
Get off your ass. Yeah, that's it. Like that album, that has some
Something
killer
in your
tracks
ass.
on it. This one is just it's a little flat line. There's some little dips and doos in there, but I think I know where BC's going with it. It's Autograph without the punch.
Well, I mean, you're missing a very key part of Autograph now.
No.
He's on the album.
He's on the
Is
album.
he on the album?
Yeah.
This album was
Yeah.
done.
Excuse
It was
Yeah.
This album
No
was done
excuse.
before he
It was
died.
done before.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Well, no, didn't
it's
Randy
good.
Rand.
Randy Rand.
Randy Rand.
Julian.
no,
Yeah, it
didn't
was-
Stephen Lynch leave Autograph?
Steve Lynch.
He a while ago.
Oh wow,
Yeah.
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 Well, like that's
But I don't think Jimmy Bell's on the last album, though, was he?
No, Stephen Lynch was on the last album.
Yeah.
yeah, that's what I mean. Like Stephen Lynch is not on this
I think
album.
No, he wasn't
Jimmy
on.
Bell is
I
fine.
think Jimmy Bell
Because
kicks
Stephen
ass.
Lynch was definitely on the last album. Because when we saw them at M3 touring for that album,
Yeah.
Stephen Lynch was there. So I think that's your missing piece right there.
No, I mean, I listened to Jimmy Bell, House of Lords. Phenomenal. It just seems like they're not letting him be Jimmy Bell. In my book.
It's an Eric Singer problem or a Tom,
Yeah, they're like...
rein it in.
Well, then
buddy.
they better make him play right-handed then. For me, I got the new Creatures of the Night box set. Came on release day.
No way.
I got it from Amazon though. Some people are still waiting for their Kiss Online version.
Oh my god.
But
KissOnline.com.
and I was able to get the blue vinyl that was sold out on KissOnline.com. But I was able to get it from, I don't know, one of them other ones like Music, You Discover, or one of them ones we get all the other shit from. And it came like in like 4 days. So I got that like, I think 2 days after. The vinyl sounds great. Lots of cool shit in the box. Tom and Zeus did a great episode on the box itself. They didn't get into the music. They talked a little bit about the music choices on it, but they mostly went through the box itself and talk about all the stuff. So check that out. Very cool. Still listen to Thunder Mother album, Black and Gold. I actually spun Halford's Resurrection album the other day. That album's fucking fantastic. And new Skid Row. It's growing on me a little more. It ends a little. I was a little. It ends a little weak. I think maybe the last couple songs. If they flipped the last 2 songs, I think maybe it would be a little stronger for me. But it is growing on me. But I can't wait. And it's tough for me this year. They're trying to narrow down my albums for the year end thing. So there's so much kick ass shit out there. I didn't get a chance to listen to Kid Joe. I liked the new Autograph album. I didn't get a chance to listen to it, but I liked what I heard. The Nickelback, I didn't get to check that at all. The Ugly Kid Joe, I didn't get to check out at all. So that's what we got going. BC and BB have Nickelback and Autograph. BC also has Ugly Kid Joe thrown in there. Dylan's got the new Metallica song, Lux Eterna.
Yep.
Right? And that was all you said, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I didn't really have too much time to listen to stuff, and I'll tell you why once we get into the depths of proper.
And Creatures of the Night box set for me. I didn't get a chance to listen to all the live stuff. I listened to all the everything that came on the vinyl thing, which was very cool. Thunder Mother, Halford, and Skid Row for me. And right now, I'm going to turn I'm going to flip the album over and let Dylan take over.
Turn the microphone over to Ace Freely. So I was telling BB before we started here, I had this Jeopardy all built out beforehand. I was very much looking forward to getting the questions out there, and I was looking it over today, and I hated every single question that I came up with. So I scrapped the whole thing, built it up again. So this is the result of mad scientist Dylan coming up with stuff at the last minute, but not. I think it's a lot better than what I had planned before. So hopefully you all enjoy it. It's still, I'm still very proud of it, but just wanted to put that out there that I basically made 2 Jeopardies.
Do we have 2 rounds or 3?
We have 2 rounds.
Okay.
We have 2 rounds for this one. But yeah, so are you guys ready to begin?
Yeah, let us get our things out.
Yeah, get your.
So let's do this real quick. This is what Steve's buzzer sounds like.
Wilhelm scream.
BC. And BB.
Air horn. So without further ado.
I'm going to drive your mother insane with that fucking thing.
Without further ado, this is Hotter Than Hell Jeopardy! Let's meet today's contestants. A father of 3 who is going to be one of the 12 people that has a Taylor Swift ticket. We have Ryan BB Bannon.
Woo!
Our next contestant is the only grandfather of the group and the person that we thought would be the last person to be a grandfather.
Or a husband.
Brian B.C. Chapman.
Hello.
Trevor.
And our returning champion. The Podfester himself just got off of work, so maybe there's a chance that he might get wiped out this time. Steve Wright.
Hello.
And here's your host for today's Jeopardy, Dylan Wright. Thank you, Johnny Gilbert. Welcome, everybody, to Hotter Than Hell Jeopardy. Hope you all are prepared to answer in the form of a question.
Yeah, BC.
Form of a question. Remember, form of a question. Just to set some ground rules, do not buzz in until I finished reading the answer. Once I finish reading the answer, it's all guns blazing. You could do your Wilhelm scream. I will start docking points if it gets a little too much with it. Like that.
You cannot touch your phone anywhere.
I know, we're just trying to make sure that
the screen's up because once it goes
I'll get pads out for when we do that.
Yes. Yeah, and you will be playing for the MTV Moon Man.
Wait a minute.
Yep.
Why?
Because
that's my MTV thing.
Yes.
It's not a Jeopardy trophy.
This is a Dylan contest trophy because I don't get to have it. So I get to give it out whenever I want.
Wow.
But without further ado, are you all ready to get into the first categories for this round of Single Jeopardy?
Let's go.
Okay. So our first categories are Rainbow in the Dark, Dizzy Miss Lizzy, Finish the Lyric, an old favorite, comic book appearances, strange collectibles, and images and words. So, Dad, since you were the Jeopardy champion, why don't you start us off here?
Let's do a little Rainbow in the Dark for 300.
Originally performed by this artist and featuring someone whose last name is a color, Judas Priest put their own spin on the song The Green Manalishi with the two-pronged prow. Yeah, that's fine. Dad.
Who is Fleetwood Mac?
Correct. 300 points.
All right, let's go with that one for 400.
Ozzy Osbourne has an album entitled Black Rain, but can you name another color song deep in the track list on Ordinary Man? Dad.
What is Little Green Man?
I'll give it to you. That was very close. Scary Little Green Man, but I will give it to you. So that was 400.
Okay, so let's mix it up here. Let's go a little images and words for 300.
Okay. A Victorian era woman looks at herself candlelit in the mirror, but from far away the image becomes a gruesome skull. And remember, the images and words category is I describe the album cover.
You have to say
tell
what
me
album.
what the album it is. Yes. Dad.
What is Def Leppard retroactive?
Correct.
I knew it was Def
I know it was Def Leppard. I didn't know what
Didn't know what the
album
album
was.
cover.
I know. I was like, wouldn't come to me.
Okay, you're up 1,000
Okay, let's try that one for 200.
for 200.
Images and words.
A Ford Model T comes screaming out of the black, fire erupting around it as the band's logo hangs in the background. BC.
Godsmack 1,000 degrees. I can picture too. Oh shit.
Dad.
What is Godsmack 1,000 horsepower?
Correct. And you forgot the what is as well.
Yeah, I always
What's
do
the
that.
problem?
Don't be laughing at yourself.
See, you're
please.
laughing at yourself.
Okay, so that what was that?
That was 200.
That was 200. Okay.
Let's go.
1,200.
Okay, let's go to comic book appearances for 100.
Comic book appearances.
Can you tell me
for
confidence in this
100.
one?
Though more well known for their own bloody comic book, this band actually first appeared in an issue of Marvel Comics' Howard the Duck. Dad.
Who is Kiss?
Correct. Yeah, they were first in a Howard the Duck issue,
Really?
funnily enough.
Let's keep that one going. We'll go with 200.
200. This favorite band of Dylan's uses the medium of comic books to help tell their ongoing story, The Amory Wars. Dad.
Who is Coheed and Cambria?
Correct.
I was going to say Megadeth, but I'm like, not.
Yeah, Dylan's favorite.
It doesn't say Armory.
Favorite band of Dylan's.
Let's do 300 for a comic book.
300 for comic books. Named after the mobile game and tour, Iron Maiden put out a comic book under this title, detailing Eddie's adventures through time and space.
Okay, I can see it too.
I got one of two. I don't know which one it is, though.
Oh fuck.
Nobody? Everybody give up?
I give up.
Okay, what is The Legacy of the Beast? Legacy of the Beast.
I had Ed Hunter stuck in my mind.
Yep.
I did too. But
Yeah, that was the video
Yeah.
game.
video game.
I know.
So you did have-
I know. But I
yeah.
knew there was. But
You
that
did have
was
the
in
ini-
my head.
Yeah, you did have the initial video game, but the mobile game was called
Right.
Legacy of the Beast.
Okay.
Still your control. You didn't lose any points on that.
All right. Let's go 400 on that. Let's get rid of this comic book shit.
Let's get rid of it.
Wow.
I mean stuff.
Okay, this theatrical, over-the-top costumed metal band debuted a comic based on their looks called Orgasmageddon. BB.
Who is Guar?
Correct. BB is on the board.
I was gonna say Motorhead. 'Cause I was thinking Orgasmatron. BB's
Okay,
a big
BB, what do you got?
Let's close it out for 500.
For 500. The double album, The House of Golden Bones, by this band, had a series of comic books released to coincide with its story written by the frontman. Steve.
Who is Stone Sour?
Correct. Okay, up to 2,000.
All right, that category's done, right?
That is wiped.
Let's get BC in the game. Let's do Dizzy Miss Lizzy here for 100.
Okay, Dizzy Miss Lizzy. Lizzy Borden has had a lot of musicians play alongside him. Most notably, this guitarist, who went on to play for Ozzy and David Lee Roth, while also forming his own band, Pharmacos. Steve.
Who is Joe Holmes?
Correct.
Let's go 200 for Lizzy.
Okay.
Sorry, BC. The Farmer Coast one is the one that made me know it.
Lizzy Borden has performed many covers, from the Ramones' tune Pet Cemetery to this Jefferson Airplane song, featured as a demo bonus track on Menace to Society. BC.
White Rabbit? What is Rabbit?
Correct.
Phew, BC.
He's on the board, baby.
On the board. Okay, BC, your control.
Let's stick with that one.
Okay, Lizzy for 300. Known for his onstage theatrics, Lizzy took the role of the person being obsessed upon in the music video for this song off My Midnight Things, featuring some familiar PTH faces. BC.
Who is BC?
Well,
No, the
what's
name of the
the-
song.
Oh, the name of the song.
The face of it. What is obsessed by you?
Yes, correct.
What is Chris Granza?
Okay, BC up to 500. Still your control of the board.
This is my starting point. Keep going.
Okay. Lizzy had a song Me Against the World appear in this movie alongside tracks from King Cobra and Bang Tango. BC.
What is the decline of Western civilization?
Incorrect.
Oh, man.
They were in that movie.
They were,
But
yeah.
that's not the movie I'm referring to.
You saved me. I was going to say that.
BB or Steve? What is Black Roses?
Oh, fuck.
Black Roses.
He's in that movie, isn't he? Isn't Lizzy Borden in that movie, like, as a character?
No.
Fun fact, Carmine Appice is in that movie, and he plays a character named Vinny Apache.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I've never seen the movie.
I remember we were talking about it.
Because to buy it's like fucking...
Oh, really?
It goes for a lot of money.
Yeah. I
It's
think
like-
you can buy it cheap on Best Buy.
Really.
Oh, there you go.
Take a look out.
It's
No surfing Best
it's
Buy
like
when we're playing.
cult classic. Or,
BC, what? You're still your pick of the board.
let's stick with that. Where are we
Okay.
now?
Finish it out, right?
500. Though Lizzy named the band after the infamous parent murderer, that's not his real name. This is. BC.
What is Greg Hargis?
Correct.
Yeah, BC.
All right, I'm done. How about?
Okay, BC.
Put the phone down.
You're in second place with 600. What would you like to do next?
Let's do strange collectibles for let's go 200.
200. Okay.
Let's be crazy.
Let's go crazy. 5.
Let's get nuts.
Not a stranger to controversy, this German band released a box set that contained a set of handcuffs, lube, and 6 personal pleasure devices modeled after each band member. Steve.
Who was Rammstein?
Correct.
I never heard that.
I just saw German.
And it wasn't the Scorpions.
No, I knew it wasn't accept
They,
either.
Yeah, they took a page out of Plaster Caster there, if you know what I mean.
Wow.
Let's go 200 for that.
200. So that was 200.
Oh, I'm sorry. Let's go 100.
100. Okay. The hottest band in marketing, Kiss has had many wacky products, from Kiss condoms to this infamous burial device actually used by Dimebag Darrell. I think it was BB. What?
What is the Kiss coffin?
Correct.
We'll stay in the same category for 300.
For 300, okay. In honor of the 30th anniversary of the album Dr. Feelgood, Motley Crue allowed fans to buy this doctor's tool with the album's name printed on it. Steve.
What is the stethoscope?
Correct.
Really?
It's on the medallion on it, I think.
What? Yeah, it is. What number was that? Was that 300?
That was 3.
There's
3.
Okay.
Yeah, let's go 400. That same one.
400. This was a fun category to research, by the way. A famous incident made marketing opportunity. Ozzy Osbourne released a product of this onstage moment for you to recreate on your own. BB.
What is biting a head off a bat?
Correct. There's a stuffed bat with a detachable head that you can buy.
They have that at the merch stand when we saw Ozzy last, right? It's like a stuffed bear and the head comes off. Yeah.
Let's finish the category off.
Okay, for 500. A band that takes everything to the extreme, this group released the aptly named Stalker Gloves with the group's zombie-inspired name printed on the leather. Just think about what kind of band would release gloves called Stalker Gloves. BB.
Who is Steel Panther?
Incorrect.
Ooh!
BC or Steve? It is Who is Cannibal Corpse?
Oh.
Cannibal Corpse. Maybe it's still your control of the board.
Let's go with images and words for 100.
I believe. Yes. A businessman in a suit looks on as a giant crab picks up cars in a parking lot. BB.
Who is the self-titled album for Mammoth WVH?
Correct.
I think 200 was taken.
I think
so
200
we do
was taken.
300 images and words.
Okay. So 400 was not taken.
Okay, we'll do the 400.
We'll do
We'll
400.
do whatever's left in that category. You know what? We need Post-its.
A pair of combat boots is front and center, walking across a cracked desert terrain. BC.
What is Queen Rice's American Soldier?
Correct.
Yeah, BC.
Very good. Up to 1,000.
Now there's minus 500.
Okay. Keep doing it again.
I dare you.
So what was that one?
So that was 400.
Do 500.
Okay, going to 500. A dragon tattoo comes to life on a man's bicep as it bites down into his flesh, drawing blood. Steve.
What is Ted Nugent Penetrator?
Correct.
Oh, I was thinking that too, but
Yeah, so like the bottom of the tattoo is like coming off of his
okay.
his bicep and sinks into the bottom of his
Coming to life through
bottom of
life.
his arm. Okay, what do you got?
All right, that one's done. Strange Collectibles is done, right?
Yeah, everything is done except Finish the Lyric and Rainbow in the Dark.
Let's do Rainbow in the Dark for, I don't know, 100?
I think we did 100.
No.
Whatever one we didn't do.
I think
I started at 200.
Oh, that's, yeah, so we'll do 100. This 1980 album and title track signaled the return of an Australian band after the death of their original lead singer. BB.
Who is AC/DC Back in Black?
Correct. So as you probably have figured out, there will be a color in each of the names or the clues. So
I didn't figure that out.
is up to 600.
I thought it was going to be a Dio category.
Okay, BB.
Let's do that one for...
I think we did 200 on that.
Okay, let's do 300.
Nope, we did 300.
Okay.
So 200.
200.
Oh my god. See, I was planning on the highlighter to work, and it didn't work.
We're going to drop a grid for round 2. We'll
Yeah.
just X them off.
Yeah.
After getting kicked out of Whitesnake, John Sykes returned to Blackpool to form this band, featuring yet another color. BB.
Who is Blue Murder?
Correct. It's wild that there's so many like colors involved in that. Like,
Yeah, right.
Uh-huh.
So I had to put that. Okay, what do you got?
What was that, 3?
That was 3.
Okay, let's go 4.
400. Guns N' Roses released a covers album called The Spaghetti Incident. It features this color song by The Professionals, also a staple of hard rock looks.
That album sucks.
Anybody?
No.
What is Black Leather? Black Leather. Still your control of the board, BB. You
So
have
that's all done?
Finish the lyric.
Okay, I'll go
That all that's left?
finish the lyric
Yep.
for 100.
So this lasts for a reason.
He was turned to steel in the Great Magnetic Field when he traveled time.
Boy, that's 100. We're fucked. It sounds like an Iron Maiden song.
Steve.
What is For the Future of Mankind?
Correct. It was the song Iron Man from Black Sabbath.
I had to sing it in my head, but I knew that's what it was, but I had to get it. I had to get the music going too.
Yeah, that's why I say it in such a monotone.
Uh-huh. Yeah,
to throw me off.
you can't give any kind of the melody away or anything.
Okay.
Let's go 200.
For 200. Pillage the village, trash the scene, but better not take it out on me, because a ghost town is found.
I have no idea on this one.
Nobody. It is
correct.
what is where your city used to be. It's Cowboys from Hell. The second verse.
Oh, is that how it goes?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Thanks, Phil.
300.
Yeah.
Friends say they'll stay with you right through that danger zone, but the closer you get to that fiery hole. BC.
You have to face it alone. What is you have to face it alone?
Correct.
That's not right.
It isn't. Oh, what'd you say? You have to face it alone?
What is you have?
I think you said you'll have to face it alone, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. So that is incorrect. Steve.
What is You'll Have to Go It Alone?
No, it is not that either.
Really?
Yep.
Fuck you, Ace.
BB, any guess? It's what is You'll Have to Make It Alone.
You have to
Okay.
make it alone.
That's not what he says.
He doesn't say that live.
So the 400 clue.
Let's go 500's last, right?
Daily double.
Jesus. I'm going to risk 100.
Okay, gonna risk 100. So only you can answer this one. Circus life under the big top world. We all need clowns. Were you gonna look it up?
What? No, no.
He was slowly.
What is to make us smile?
That is correct.
No shit. What song is it?
Faithfully.
Okay. Okay. I was singing a Queensryche song in my fucking head.
Yeah, you got it.
Oh shit.
Okay, the final clue for round 1, 500. Salesman try and sell you his soul. Fat man, he's ordering seconds. Pizza man.
I know the song. I don't know what it is. I try to block this shit out of my fucking mind. Fuck. Come on, Mr. Van Halen 3.
I don't know. I know the ending.
I let my
don't
phone
know.
shut off,
I don't
so-
know if the first 3 words are going to be right. And I already fucked up on a 500 point
I know it's
question
a
before.
500 one.
Okay, if you guys don't want to answer it, it's
Trying to get a slice?
yeah, it's just want a slice.
Oh.
But the one I want from Van Halen 3.
Terrible.
So that is Jeopardy, the first round of Jeopardy. We will be back after our gems for Double Jeopardy, and Dad, you're going to lead us into our gem song.
Yeah, the gem song, since we went to see, well, 3/4 of us went to see Wasp last week, we're just going to play the live version of Inside Electric Circus from Live in the Raw, which celebrated its 35th anniversary yesterday, which was the 28th of November. So release police, if that's wrong, let me know. And if you do, fuck off. Dylan's going to play it now.
Long Beach Arena! They have returned for the final night of their 1986-87 World Tour. The most outrageous band in the world. Wasp!
right, welcome back. Hope you enjoyed some Wasp there. We got to see that song, or at least part of it, played live last week. So we're going to do our hidden gems now, and we're going to start with Dylan.
My hidden gem, I was very excited to find this album. Yet again, perusing through Apple Music, trying to listen to stuff before they disappear from my library. And I found this really cool new album that the cover caught me right away, but then listening to the album, it caught me even more. It's from a band called Spirit World, and the album is called Death Western. And it's very much heavy in the realm of like Newer Testament and Slayer. It's really cool, great time changes in it, kind of thrashy at parts. It's really heavy. It's probably going to make my end of the year list. Really, really good ear catcher. Very close, almost power trip-ish at times as well. So it's kind of in that vein of heaviness, but I really recommend it for everybody. That's what the cover looks like.
I've listened to that.
Yeah, Death Western by Spirit World.
Yeah, because I was thinking because it looks like a Western movie poster.
Exactly.
Cover.
Caught my eye right away.
BB, what do you got?
We'll go back to 1991. Go back to San Diego from the band Asphalt Ballet.
Yeah.
With the song "Taking a Walk." One of I have this cassette somewhere, and I pulled it up on Apple Music. I'm like, oh my god, it's even on here. So I was kind of scoping it out the other day, but really good song. This song, the band has a little harmony background, a little wah wah pedal in it. Some really good stuff from 1991. So Asphalt Ballet, Taking a Walk. BC, you love it.
All right.
Yeah.
What do you got, BC?
About 2 weeks ago, I was going back through some older shit, and not older, but from earlier this year. I'm going back with James LaBrie out of Dream Theater with the soul album, Beautiful Shade of Grey. I think this one, out of all his solo albums, are a little bit, I think, heavier than his past solo stuff, which is always a plus in my book. But if you're not familiar with it, check it out, guys.
50 Shades of Grey.
Does he get to sing more than on Dream Theater?
Mr. Grey, we'll see you now.
Okay.
Are the songs like under 20 minutes each?
Yes.
Side 1 is 1 song. Side 2 is 2 songs. All right.
He's probably
I
the
will have
least
to check that. He's a great
proggy
singer.
member.
I like his.
He's
I
the
like
least
his singing.
proggy member of the band, I'd say.
And Dylan didn't say hello to him in New York.
Yeah, well, he looked pissed and it was raining, so.
All right, and
Change, motherfucker.
for me, we did the hidden gem. Not the gem song was Little Wasp. So I'm going to go with the opening band, the album they came out with in 2001. It was kind of not so much a greatest hits. It's called Nod to the Old School. Came out in 2001. It's got some new tracks on there. A song called Real Swagger. BC's song is number 2, Unstable. And it's got I think the other ones are redone, like March of the Saints redone, right, on this. They do a kick-ass version of Day of the Eagle from Robin Trower. They do an excellent version of fucking Priest, Never Satisfied, but there's some live tracks on here, an acoustic track on there, and there's some, I think they're demos and stuff from when Dave Picard was in the band. I think there's some redos on there and some tracks that he was on, so check that out, 2001's Nod to the Old School from Armored Saint. So there's our gems. Dylan's got Spirit World with Death Western, which is actually pretty cool, so I have checked that out. BB's got a little Asphalt Ballet, the song Taking a Walk. Little Beautiful Shades of Grey album for BC from James LaBrie, lead singer of Dream Theater. And myself, I have Nod to the Old School from 2001 from Armored Saint. And Alex, back to you.
Yep, thank you, Johnny Gilbert. We're back for Double Jeopardy, but before we go into that, we of course have to do our little interviews. We'll start off with BC. You're currently at 700. How you feeling going into Jeopardy this time? Is it as stressful as the drafts that we do?
Nothing is as stressful as the drafts that we do, so I'm looking forward to it.
I have 2 drafts scheduled for next year already, just so you know.
Reese is going to make sure he's working on that.
He's not.
BB, second place with 900. You're going to be pulling double duty, being our Vanna White as well to help us keep track of what categories have been picked.
Yes.
Are you going to be able to multitask going into the second round?
You know what? I'm going to give it my best. You know, if I fall flat on my face, I'll just blame Apple.
Have another beer.
Yeah.
It's always a good thing to do. And Steve, our reigning champion, currently at 3,000 points, very much ahead of everybody else. How do you feel going into the second round, Double Jeopardy? Could be anybody's game.
Yeah, I feel leery because Dylan usually throws some curveballs and a couple knuckle curves thrown in there for the second round. So it's fun. It's going to be interesting.
Very good. So, BC, you will have control of the board when we get into Double Jeopardy right now. So here are the categories for Double Jeopardy. Alternate band names, another returning category for us. Wild About Zach. Iconic guitars. Another fantastic category that I love doing. Rock and roll before and after. Interesting collabs. And the killer bees. Notice the B is in quotation marks. So, BC, it is your control of the board. Pick your category.
Oh, let's try iconic guitars for 200.
Iconic guitars for 200. This lead guitarist has many wacky instruments, including a double neck in the shape of himself and a 5-necked guitar dubbed the Orange Monster. Steve.
Who was Rick Nielsen from Cheap Trick?
Correct. Okay, so that was for 200.
Come on, Vanna.
Bannon.
Vanna.
Bannon White.
Bannon.
Okay, Dad, your pick.
Let's stick with iconic guitars.
Iconic guitars for 400. A massive fan of Universal Monster movies, this metal guitarist has had his instruments feature different posters of the iconic films, like The Mummy and Creature from the Black Lagoon. BB.
Who is John 5?
Incorrect. Steve.
Who was Kirk Hammett?
Correct.
Oh.
See the problem with doing that?
Yeah. What?
Yeah.
It's not bad now.
Okay.
Stick with guitars for 600.
Having built his signature guitar with his father back in the day, Brian May now has a few instruments with the same specifications, but most still share this iconic name. See, he was paying attention to Dylan whenever we talk about Queen, because I mention it every single time.
I know, but I don't remember. I can see the guitar. Can
Nobody?
I draw it for you?
Can we draw it?
What is the Red Special? The Red
That's
Special.
not very creative.
That's what he calls it.
Come on, Brian. You're a freaking...
that was-
He's literally a rocket scientist, and he names his fucking guitar the Red Special.
Okay, well, what's your next pick?
Go with 800 on this one. Iconic guitars.
Okay, iconic guitars for 800. Rocking the iconic Gibson SG for most of his career, Tony Iommi's signature models include this symbol on the frets. Steve.
What is a cross?
Correct. Across from what? No.
God.
Okay. Finish off the category?
Yeah, finish it up. This is a cool category.
This guitar virtuoso is an Ibanez Company man with his signature guitar featuring a cutout handle on the top horn. BC.
I hate when this happens. Who is... I'm drawing a fucking blank. I can see him too. Oh my fucking god! I hate when this happens. Who is? God damn it! I see him right there. He's behind the fucking tree over there. Oh my god! Fuck it.
Okay, sorry, BC.
Now I'm afraid.
Steve.
Oh.
Who is Steve Vai?
Correct.
Is that who you think we were thinking of?
I picture him. Yeah, I'm like.
It's really funny.
And I just heard what the hell?
Oh,
Florentine's show was on today, and he played Big Trouble.
That's such a iconic guitar.
Okay, Dad, you're control the board. Iconic guitars.
Let's give BB a little love. Let's go a little wild about Zach. When is there going to be a category that is skewed towards me?
Well, because you're all.
I'm only kidding.
You're at 5,400. You are
Settle down.
5,100 above everybody
Who is Zach
else.
Wilde's best fan on the Kiss Group beat? Who is me?
So do you want to go with 200?
Yeah, go 200.
Okay, Wild About Zach, 200. Zach's grungy looks and signature guitar appeared in Guitar Hero World Tour, and he was playable after you beat him in a guitar duel and play this BLS song. BB.
What is Stillborn?
Correct. It was that simple.
I think that was his closing song on the Kiss Cruise.
Okay. What do you got, BB?
We will go with 400, sir.
400. Though most well known for playing with Ozzy Osbourne and BLS, Zach has a storied career in music and even helped Black Veil Brides cover this Kiss song. It's a good version, too. And this will be homework.
I think I know it, but I'm not sure.
I mean, you can afford to guess and get it wrong.
You got some cushion.
No? Nobody? What is Unholy?
Good, I was going to say
Covers
Strawberry.
Unholy with them. It's a very cool version.
That was the one.
Oh, there's my beer.
All right, we'll go 600, sir.
Okay, 600. Wild about Zach. Though Zach's guitar is most noticeable as a bullseye, that wasn't the original intent. He'd asked the designer for a look based off this famous Hitchcock movie, but liked the mistake enough to keep it. Steve.
What is Vertigo?
Correct.
Yeah.
Isn't that a fun fact?
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought it was just a bullseye because it's a bullseye.
It also has something to do with Black Sabbath, too, right?
Yes, I believe so.
Well, their first album was Vertigo and had that Vertigo thing on the stamp on the album.
Yes. What would you like to do, Dad?
Let's go 800 for Zach.
Okay. Zach Wilde has recorded many albums over the years and almost has recorded more with Black Label Society than Ozzy has solo. This number is how many more original studio albums Ozzy has recorded over Black Label Society.
How many more
is that
original studio than Ozzy had?
original studio?
Yeah, so not like counting Undercover is what I meant. Like,
Right.
Studio.
That one I don't know.
so the answer is
one.
the answer was what is one? Yeah, literally
Come
Black
on,
Label
BB.
has
It's
recorded
800 though.
11 studio
I
albums.
should start just guessing because nobody's going to catch Steve anyway.
Black Label has recorded 11 studio albums. Ozzy has recorded 12 solo. So like, Zach's a workhorse.
Yeah.
Plus he's got the Pride and Glory stuff too.
Yep. Do you want to finish out the category?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. Zach's real name, this three-name gem, is almost as wild as his more well-known moniker.
Oh, you want his third name?
Yeah,
I'm gonna
I'll
try
take
it.
Yeah, BB.
Jeffrey Philip Wineland? What is Jeffrey Philip Wyland?
Correct. You got it.
I didn't know the middle name.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever heard it before.
Yep, that was the full name. You got it. Okay,
job, BB.
BB, you're control the board.
Let's go to Killer Bees for 200.
Killer Bees
There
for
we go.
200. Originally the B-side to Detroit Rock City, this B ballad ended up getting more radio play than its A-side. I think it was BB.
What is Beth?
Correct.
We'll
Okay.
keep going with 400.
400. This double B hard rock band has an album called Bullets and Booze, released in 2012 with a track on it called Bad Boy. Boy, that's a lot of B's. Steve.
What is Bullet Boys?
Incorrect.
Oh.
Killer Bees?
Stupid fuck.
Do you want what do you think it is?
I say Black and Blue.
No.
No?
Who was Bombay Black?
Oh.
Bombay Black.
Come on, BC. They're your boys.
All right, we'll go 600. We'll keep going.
600. Okay.
At least it was only 4.
The answer, Daily Double. Okay, you currently have 1,900. What would you like to wager?
And how far is Steve ahead of me? You know, I'll bet it all.
Okay,
We're
bet-
going to bet it all.
Bet
All right,
1,900.
BB, going for broke.
Let's do it.
This could be a game changer.
Bon Jovi has a lot of albums that start with the letter B, including the self-titled debut, Bounce, and this double B album released in 2015.
15.
And this double.
It's a country album.
I checked out of that a long time ago. Oh my god.
I got nothing.
Yeah, the answer is what is Burning Bridges?
Oh, I was going to say Beyond Beautiful, but that's an Aerosmith song.
Okay, BB, you have $0, but you're still ahead of BC, who has negative 300.
All right, I'll go Killer Bees for 800.
Okay, for, yes, 800. Exodus has 2 B albums, both featuring the word blood. Name at least one of them. Steve.
What is Bonded in Blood?
Incorrect.
Oh. Fuck. Dumb ass.
Killer Bees?
He said the first word wrong. Is like bounded.
No, the first word was
I
right.
had one word wrong in it.
Yeah, what is bonded by blood?
Oh.
And then the other one was blood in, blood out.
Fuck.
All right, let's close that Killer Bees.
God damn it.
Okay. The first track on Best of the B-Sides, this Iron Maiden song was originally the B-side on Running Free. That's why it's the $1,000 clue, people.
Oof.
You're the one that told me to prepare for Iron Maiden.
Rest of the B-sides.
Literally the first track on Best of the B-Sides. Also starts with a B. What is burning ambition?
Oh, that song sucks, though.
Okay, BB still control the board.
Let's go rock and roll before and after.
Rock and roll before and after for 200. Now, do you guys remember how this works?
I think so.
It's like, Highway to Hell, Ter Skelter.
Oh, okay.
Like the... Oh, Daily Double.
I will bet my $0.
Okay.
Alex?
Okay, I think it defaults to 1,000. So here we go.
So if it's wrong, it's 2,000 in debt?
It's 1,000 in debt. This Ride the Lightning Metallica live staple becomes an historic track off Iron Maiden's Senjutsu.
I don't know.
What is Creeping Death of the Celts?
Oof.
Creeping Death of the Celts.
This is going to be a tough one.
Okay. It is still your go.
Hey, we're getting out of there.
We're getting out of there.
That'll be the last ones.
We're getting out of there.
Alternate band names.
Alternate band names for 200.
Now that's funny. You gave me my amount. I didn't give you an amount. I wanted to bet on that.
Yeah, I'll make it 0. That wasn't fair. So
Minus 2,000.
alternate band names. Do you guys remember how that goes?
I think so.
Basically, like Shallow Pink is like Deep Purple,
Right.
Kind of
Okay.
like that. So here we go. Alternate band names 200. The Trucks. BB.
Who are the cars?
Correct.
Okay.
So it's like that.
Gotcha.
It's a lot easier.
That's
than
not
you
easier
think.
than you think. All right, let's go 400,
Okay,
Alex.
400. Iowa. BB.
Who is Kansas?
Correct.
600.
Okay. Beautiful Adult Paul. BB.
Who is Ugly Kid Joe?
Correct.
Phew. Thank God for this category.
Yeah.
Takes me out of that
Coming
pot.
back.
800.
800. I was really proud of Beautiful Adult Paul. Engine Face. Steve.
What is Motorhead?
Correct.
Ooh.
Let's close that one out.
Okay. For 1,000. The Living Lillies.
Damn it!
What are the Dead Daisies?
Correct.
Mother.
That was good. That was
That's a
I'll
real
give you-
good one.
I'll give you kudos
That's my
for that
favorite
though.
one ever.
I like that one. Let's do alternate band names for 2,000.
The rest of
Oh, it's over. All right.
Yeah.
It's off the TV. Let's try interesting collabs for 200.
Interesting collabs for 200. On Welcome to My Nightmare, Alice Cooper collabs with this pop singer on What Baby Wants, TikTok on the Clock. Not that clue would give you guys any hint whatsoever of who that is. Steve,
Who is Flavor Flav?
incorrect.
Oh, I was thinking the clock.
Oh, yeah.
Fuck.
Killer Bees,
I got
who
nothing.
is Kesha? Kesha.
What the fuck does a clock have to do with her?
Because she doesn't song TikTok.
Oh.
That was
it was
her
only
big hit
200.
back in the day.
I go 400 on that bad boy.
Okay, 400. Be Cruel to Your School from Twisted Sister features many guest appearances, from Brian Setzer to Alice Cooper, from Clarence Clemens to this Long Islander on piano. BB.
Who is Billy Joel?
Correct.
No, it's just a sympathy. We'll go 600.
600, okay.
school.
When he hears us together, BB.
On their debut album Battle Hymns, Manowar managed to snag this legendary actor to perform narration on the song Dark Avenger.
Oh. I could see his face, but I can't think of his name. Was he in Star Wars?
No, he was not in Star Wars. He was decidedly not. It was not Dustin Hoffman.
He was not a Jedi.
Yeah.
Who is Orson Welles?
No. I was thinking Peter Cushing. That's who I was
Yeah,
thinking.
it's not Peter Cushing.
Not Peter Chris either.
Not Peter Cushing. either.
Not Peter Chris.
Okay.
Not the Catman.
So you control the board.
Me?
Or BB's.
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
I'll go 600. I mean 800.
800,
Under
okay.
collapse.
Before singing with Ozzy on Ordinary Man, Elton John helped out Saxon with a few songs on Rock the Nations. Name one. Steve.
What is Party Till You Puke?
Correct.
That was a Pooney question. He would have known that. Let's go rock and roll before and after for 400.
Ooh, switching it up. Rock and roll before and after for 400. The second track off of Journey's Escape album becomes a big hit for Tesla off the Great Radio Controversy.
Shit.
I'm trying to like.
Nobody?
No.
What is Stone in Love Song? Stone in Love and Love Song.
Gotcha.
Love song blows. 600 on that.
600,
Let's get rid of this
okay.
fucker.
Let's get rid of it.
I used to be good at these.
This track off of Cinderella's Night Songs becomes a re-recorded track off of Whitesnake's Slip of the Tongue. Steve.
What is Here We Go Back Home Again?
Incorrect.
Oh, that was on 87.
It's what is Nobody's Fool for Your Lovin'? Nobody's Fool for Your Lovin'.
That would have worked.
Well, that wasn't what I was thinking, so not a mind reader.
Go 800 on this.
Okay, 800.
This evil category.
This iconic Pretty Maids album and track becomes this tear-jerking Kiss song.
I want to say something, but
I saw the lights light up in BC's.
I'm not confident enough to say it.
BC, I'll let you guess, without taking any penalty.
What is If I See You in Heaven? Nope.
It's along that track. It's along that track. It's I know the Kiss song is Tears Are Falling.
It is not.
It's not? Oh.
Nope.
Well, then I'm wrong.
It is What is Future World Without Heroes?
Oh, the tears.
Sensitive
Gene with the tear.
I'm thinking something totally different.
Boy.
That was good.
Thank you.
1,000. That.
This Judas Priest album becomes an epic band. Steve.
What is Defenders of the Faith No More?
Yes. There you go.
Righty.
Epic.
Yeah, because their song's epic.
Let's finish the board with interesting collabs.
Okay, interesting collabs for 1,000. The fourth album from these rappers/wrestlers with a rabid fan base features the likes of Slash, Alice Cooper, and Cheap Trick.
We have to name the album?
No, the band. They have their own wrestling brand, believe it or not. Steve.
What is Insane Clown Posse?
It is the Insane Clown.
Oh, shit. Oh, fuck.
I'm glad you said that because I was going to say NWA because there's an
That was
NWA
the second one in my mind. That was the second in my mind.
That NWO
Oh,
is
shit.
what you're thinking. New World Order.
Oh.
I was thinking in NWA.
No, but there is the Insane Clown Wrestling, ICW. They have their own wrestling imprint. And, of course, the rabid
Lord.
fan base, the Juggalos.
Yeah.
But
Are you a
yeah,
Juggalo,
they-
BC?
all
I'm
those,
just a juggalo.
all those artists
Everyone I
featured on
know.
their fourth
Rapper and
album.
wrestling was a rap.
Okay, so we're going to be getting into our Final Jeopardy. The totals for Final Jeopardy. Steve is at 6,000. BC is at negative 300.
Oh, BC.
And BB is at 1,600. BC, I'm going to give you 1,000 to work
All
with on
right,
this one.
BC.
I guess they can't bet 45.
You cannot. You can bet 1,000. So those will be your totals that you can bet. So everybody get your pads out. We'll wait for BB to unveil the board
Vanna.
before I reveal the Final Jeopardy category for you to make your wager.
Well, we'll have to remember that. Post-it notes on the television.
Yeah, that was a good shout. BBC, what'd you think of this round of Jeopardy while we're waiting?
Ah, very good.
BC, did you answer any right this round?
Well, the grounds crew is out.
I did that.
Master.
We'll edit out all the mistakes.
And I said if I answer the wrong things, I'm going to bury myself into the ground.
Okay, so the Final Jeopardy category for you to wager on is the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. So
Oh,
write down
good
your
Lord.
wagers. You could
I don't
wager nothing or up to the amount that you currently have. So again, Steve has 6,000, BC has up to 1,000 to wager with, and BB has 1,600. So write down your wagers.
Is BC not in this?
You need a pen?
Oh, you need a pen?
We'll share a pen.
I'm betting it off. Fuck it.
BC's bringing about
BC's
1,000.
betting 1,000.
Oh.
We'll
in the studio,
there you
there's
go.
1,000 pens.
we'll grab another pen for you.
Bet it off.
Save those post-it notes for next time, BB.
Okay. Yep. Okay, everybody have their wagers in?
Yep.
Okay, the Final Jeopardy answer is as follows. Though they were eventually inducted into the Hall in 2006, this iconic metal band received 8 nominations before finally being allowed into the Hall of Fame. So write down who you think that band is, remember, in the form of a question. And we will reconvene after I stop humming the Jeopardy theme.
Oh, do I get the
2006. Huh? 2006. I don't remember.
boom, boom?
Okay, pens down.
No fucking.
We're gonna start with BC, who has 1,000 points. What did BC say? Who is Black Sabbath? That is correct. And he wagered 1,000, so he is up to 2,000. We'll go next to BB.
You could beat
BB,
BB
what
now.
did you?
I put ACDC.
He put AC/DC. That is incorrect. What did you wager?
$59.99.
Okay.
$15.99.
With a measly buck left in
Yes!
his bank.
came
And
in
finally,
second,
we go to
motherfucker.
our return champion, Steve. And what did he put down? He wrote down who's Black Sabbath, and he wagered 2,000, bringing him up to 8,000, which means he is, again, the still champion of Hotter Than Hell Jeopardy. Gets to keep the Moon Man.
That wasn't leaving this house anyways.
But BC managed to eke into the second place on the final Jeopardy.
BC pulls it out at the end there.
So that's fine.
Sandbagger.
That's
BC gets to take out the
Jeopardy.
recycling.
That's Jeopardy for 2022. Hope you all enjoyed it. What'd y'all think?
Love it. Always a good time.
Yeah, that one category was awesome. I don't remember what it was though.
Oh no, what did
The alternate band names?
Oh yeah. That was fun.
That is good.
Really
That
good.
is good.
I love doing alternate band names. That's the most fun to come up with. It's super quick, but it's also like really, really fun to do.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's my bit of it. Glad y'all participated. Thanks for participating. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Why don't we go around the room and say our goodbyes? Get out of here. BB, what do you got to say?
Yeah. Dylan, cheers to you, buddy, because this was pretty good to throw together in a couple hours. I can't believe you threw the old show away.
Yeah.
You know, you always come up some great little categories and little Jeopardy fun time as always. And like I said, cheers to you, buddy. You put a lot of work into this.
Thank you. And the cool thing is, I will have it linked in the show notes if you want to play for yourself. It's a little weird to click through things, but I'm sure you'll figure it out. BC, what did you have to say?
Incredible for doing it just today, I guess. So, can we play the last one? Can we play
I got
the-
rid of
the-
all of them. It wasn't
Oh,
good.
really?
I was.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
I find it hard to believe.
I want nothing but quality when I do these kind of things. Like
Oh, yeah.
I don't want to half-ass it. And I wasn't happy with how that came out. So
Really?
I wanted to make sure that
I
it
would
was.
love to see the questions because I find it hard to believe that they would be half-assed. Just
I wasn't vibing with them, but yeah, maybe if we do another one, I'll tweak them so that they're more up to my standards.
okay.
Yeah, Dylan, fantastic job. I love doing these. I like the ones that I've been trying to streamline things where we can have shows like this where we could just show up and don't have to do a ton of stuff. Fun. A great job doing the questions. And I was talking with Dylan months ago. Like, I pretty much have a Jeopardy episode ready to go. Questions, categories, but and Sonny's laughing his balls off right now. I just don't know how to put them on a fucking computer and get them up on the fucking TV. I literally have one 85% done. Questions, categories.
You'll have to do it on you'd have to do it like on cards, and then
I
we'll
know.
say anthrax for 200, and you pull it off and you
Pull it
read
off
it.
and you read
The
it.
carpal, it'll be like they used to do on the match game. You used to go pull the things from there.
Yeah.
But fantastic job, and it is, and for you to have done these today, that's awesome.
Exactly.
And thanks everybody for listening. I love these episodes; they're fun. And if you're new listeners, welcome. If you're an old listener, welcome back. We'd appreciate it if you go on Apple Music, give us a nice 5-star review. It'd be cool. We'll read it out for you guys. What?
Much more relaxing than the drafts.
Well, like I said, I got 2 scheduled for next year already. So
So you do really
And,
well in the drafts. I think I do really well in the drafts. So I like the drafts.
So yeah, we got lots of cool stuff coming up. I believe we'll be here with the Kiss Crew next week again. So I'm looking forward to that. Kind of like a little Christmas party for us guys. And actually, in a couple weeks, BC's got an episode coming up. So stay tuned for that.
Yo!
Hopefully he's going to let us know what it is before the night of. If not, that's okay too. So thanks for listening, you guys. I appreciate it. And just check us out. Keep interacting with us. And thanks, Dylan.
Yeah, thanks everybody for listening. Really appreciate all of your attention and your support for the podcast. Be sure to share us on Facebook, Spotify. You share that link. And my dad's holding up the Moon Man triumphantly. It stays in the house for now.
You're going back home.
We will see if somebody will usurp him in Jeopardy. But I really like doing these episodes. It's a lot of fun. But we'll see if we could get the Moon Man to another home for like the next MTV Video Music Award episode. See if somebody could take the trophy away from you then. But
that's anyone's game on those.
Yeah, yeah. Really, it really is a dartboard sometimes with some of those. But yeah, really fun. Thanks for participating, guys. I really appreciate it. Especially the times when the questions are stumpers. I know that could be frustrating. So thanks for being patient and answering what you could. But thank you all again for listening. Be sure to tune in next week for a fantastic episode, and we will see you next time, and there definitely will be a next time.